A big part of what I teach my clients is letting go. A lot of us are letting go of past events, situations, and things mentally. And we think we've really let go, but we actually haven't. That there was a certain situation that occurred with me when I was in grade 2 that I hadn't actually let go. But the humiliation that I felt and the shame and the fear that came up in me as a child was something that actually stayed with me. Now, this is something that I thought I had actually forgotten at a mental level, but it showed up in my energetic field. It's the energy that I was holding that was actually creating clients to reject me because I had the shame, fear, and guilt inside me. All the events and situations that happen in your life are nothing but a reflection of your energetic field. The emotions and sensations that you experience in your energy field, in your body, are actually signals to you that these patterns need to be released. Letting go is a very, very deep and crucial part of your success journey. A big part of what I teach my clients regarding succeeding in their life, career, and business is letting go. This is something that may sound very cliche, but it's something that I've learned very recently, that a lot of us are letting go of past events, situations, and things mentally. And we think we've really let go, but we actually haven't. So I'm going to share my own experience with you. You know, in the last 4 years, as I have been running my practice, a lot of people came up to me and said that, Shalini, we'd love to onboard your programs, but we can't afford them, right? And I'm somebody who believes in my worth, and I said that, I'm sorry, but I cannot really discount the prices for you. But then again, when I'd go back and I'd be asking myself that, oh, should I do this? And I remember some sort of fear, shame would come up inside me, and I'd be like, why do I feel this way? So I dug deeper to understand that what was really going on with me. And I underwent this process of letting go, and that is when I realized that there was a certain situation that occurred with me when I was in grade 2 that I hadn't actually let go. Now, do you see how your past situations, events, and circumstances can actually impact how you are showing up as an adult? So let me just share this story with you in terms of what really happened. So when I was in grade 2, we had all these specific class teachers allocated to us in primary school. So for each class, there would be a specific teacher. Now, on that particular day, my teacher was absent, so they allocated a different teacher from grade 6 to come into grade 2 and teach us. This teacher was very strict. She was very straightforward, she wouldn't take no for an answer. And to some extent, as a child, I found her mean. So I must have gone home and shared this with one of my siblings, my elder sibling. And my elder sibling actually happened to speak to the same teacher the next day in school. And she just blurted to her what I had said about her at home. And I think this teacher didn't take it too well. So what happened was that when she came to class the next day, she embarrassed me in front of the whole class. So what she did was that she brought my elder sibling into our class and made her repeat what I had said at home. And everybody inside the classroom started looking at me, and I was so humiliated. I felt so much shame, and of course I was absolutely scared because I thought she was going to punish me after this incident. But that's all she did. But the humiliation that I felt and the shame and the fear that came up in me as a child was something that actually stayed with me until my adult life, which I didn't realize until recently. So this is my message to you today, that do we really let go of past events, situations, and circumstances? So think about yourself as being handcuffed, right? When you hold on to situations and circumstances. Now, here's the thing. Now, this is something that I thought I had actually forgotten at a mental level, but it showed up in my energetic field. It's the energy that I was holding that was actually creating clients to reject me because I had the shame, fear, and guilt inside me. What the energetic field was doing is that it was creating those circumstances to fulfill those patterns. So you may feel like, no, it's the external situation that's happening to me. But I want you to understand that all the events and situations that happen in your life are nothing but a reflection of your energetic field. right? So all the patterns that you're holding, things that you have not let go at an energetic level, are still impacting you. And here's the good news, that you actually can let it go, because why would you want to be handcuffed by this situation? There are so many situations where we feel like I must get my revenge. I need to know why this happened, right? They abused me, so they must pay. You're in that situation or in that state where you need an answer, or where you feel like they owe you an apology, or something must be corrected. So I really want you to reflect as you watch this video. Is there anything in your life that you're really holding on to energetically, right? That is causing you to not get the results that you desire. It's causing you not to propel forward and live the life that you truly desire. And this may be in your business, right? Because it directly impacts how much you can earn, how many clients you can have. It impacts the promotions that you get in your career, how you relate to the people around you. Because what happens when we have not let go of these particular situations, events, and circumstances? We project them onto our current situations. We respond from that place, and we attract more of those situations, right? So if you are somebody who's facing a lot of challenges, then I really want you to reflect, right? And I actually have a whole exercise that I do this with my clients. And if you are interested in learning how to go deeper with this, you can always get in touch with me. But what I'm trying to say here is that this is not just a mental exercise. But again, when we talk about letting go, we must also let go mentally, because what happens is that we keep telling ourselves these stories, right? Now, if I was somebody who had not mentally let it go, so for me, I had mentally let it go, but I had not emotionally let it go, energetically let it go. And that is why it was still bothering my results in my adult life. So on a mental level, if you're somebody who hears yourself saying that they must pay, they owe me, I need to know, this has to get resolved. Why did it happen the way it happened? It's bothering you at a mental level. Then you're creating all these narratives and stories that are also going to create that energy. It's going to recreate, it's going to amplify the energy that you're already holding in your energy field. And it's going to repeat the circumstances, the situations that you do not desire, right? Now, the second level to this is also energetically releasing this from your energy field. And how do you do this? You do this by processing the emotions and the sensations that you experience when you think of these situations. Or for instance, in my case, when I felt the shame and the guilt that came up when people came and told me that, no, we'd like to join your programs, but XYZ is the reason. Now, I did not mentally remember that I had actually not let go of that particular situation. But what I did is that I simply sat with myself and I processed those emotions and sensations, right? And over time, the responses that I started getting from people actually started changing. Why? Because the emotions and sensations that you experience in your energy field, in your body, are actually signals to you that these patterns need to be released. And the only way you can do this, the only way you can burn these paradigms, are by processing through them. Now, what do most of us do? We are all very busy. We are all very busy taking action, which is not a bad thing. But we tend to run away from how we are feeling. We are not connected with ourselves. So you've really got to connect with yourself, and that is how you can actually let go. Letting go is a very, very deep and crucial part of your success journey. If you are somebody who's holding on to past resentments, past event situations, circumstances, past losses, there are all these people who keep saying the good old days. Yes, there's nothing wrong in reminiscing, the good old days. But then if you're somebody who's constantly talking about it and you're holding on to these ideas all the time, it means you have really nothing to look forward to. And I also want to mention that your ego is here to survive. It doesn't want you to, it wants you to have a mechanism through which you can survive. So holding on to past event situations, circumstances, and resentments is one of the ways your ego tries to survive. All right. So this is one of the things that has really helped my clients prosper in their businesses and careers. So if you are somebody who really resonated with this video, please share it with somebody who you think it can help, and do get in touch with us if you'd like to go deeper with this concept.